Hello, and welcome to the Great Game Debate Podcast, where friends come together to respectfully discuss, debate, and disagree about video games. As always, I'll be your host, Gator Bear Lane, and joining me, of course, is the godfather of the debate, Jonah Gomez. How you doing, buddy?
Doing good, man. I started the year out like
hear it.
extremely sick, so you might hear me coughing, but I'm better now. It's 2024, baby. I'm ready to start podcasting and going.
Heck yeah. And, of course, the man with the golden voice, who seems to be bathed in a golden aura of video. The grace of gold is shining through his window from the ear tree. How you doing, Mateo?
I'm coming to you from the sepia filter. That's where I live my life.
Yeah.
Oh man, I can hear the music already.
I've got my my turntable back there. So we can get some old timey tunes going, I guess.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah. All right, of course. Our man in Australia, the Saucy Stephen Beaumont. How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, good man. I just want to say, like, I've fallen down a deep hole that's full of water, made by Dave the
Sea
Diver. And it would be very high on my top if we record that right now. So apologies to Dave that I forsook you for so long.
Fair enough. All right, folks. We didn't really discuss an icebreaker beforehand, so I guess I hope you give me a Dave the Diver item there, Steven.
Let's go with the ice gun. That makes sense.
And where does Dave the Diver take place?
Dave, that
In
is
the
a
water?
good question for people
Dave's
that pay
restaurant.
attention. I hope you stop by Bancho's sushi restaurant.
Oh,
And picked up the ice gun because it's time
it's
for
time.
icebreaker. Wow, live icebreaker. Behind the scenes.
icebreaker.
Our icebreaker this week comes in from community member Randall Reborn, always hooking us up with the great questions and icebreakers. I feel like this one's topical of 2023 because in a lot of ways I feel like 2023 was like the year of the RPG. You know, we got Baldur's Gate 3, Sea of Stars, got hit at the end of the year with the new Alcat game for Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. But the question is, amongst the panelists, assign the following roles for a quest: Knight, Bard, Rogue, or Wizard. Anybody have anything that jumps to mind right?
That's
right
instant.
ahead?
Like if he's the man with the golden voice, he's getting
Yeah.
that loot, baby.
Yeah. The bard?
Yeah, I mean,
Lady,
he's got the
lady,
he's
it's
got the
Jonas
guitar in the background too.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
I feel
Yeah,
like
we could,
I
we could
feel
do some
like
bad journey covers or something.
Mhm.
I feel like Caden has to be the wizard.
Oh, 100%.
But
That works,
I
yeah.
do like this may be a terrible stereotype, but I'm gonna put this stereotype out there for Mateo. Like it's got to be a desperado loot, like where it's also a gun.
Oh, yeah, dude, absolutely. It is like it's dual purpose. If nothing else, I'm going like El Kabong and just bonking him with the guitar.
Well, that just leaves Rogue and Knight for Jonah and Steven. I don't know. I'm kind of feeling like Rogue a little bit for Jonah because, like, in the D&D party, Rogue is like the jack of all trades. It's like he's getting the guests, he's going out to the conventions, he's doing the editing, you know.
I've always been known for my honorable past.
So by default, Steven is Knight. I don't know how well that fits his characterization, but you know. All right, well, that's that, I guess. Thanks, Rattle Reborn, for the question. So this episode is our 2024 video games predictions special. So it's be fun. It's the second one we've done, so we have the last year to look back on. We made some predictions last year that we'll see the results of, and I thought the first thing to do to kick us off this episode would be to take a look back at our last predictions episode, at just some of the things that we said in hindsight that were funny or spot on or just ironic, not knowing what was coming in the year ahead. But when I was listening back to it, one of the first things that came up was we had an extremely pessimistic conversation about Metroid, of course, because Metroid Prime 4. But the thing that came up, this was before Metroid Prime remake was announced, we all started just talking about the prospect of a Nintendo giving us like the monkey paw version of a Metroid Prime remaster, not even a remake, and it's like it would only have motion controls and they wouldn't make remasters of 2 and 3. And then lo and behold, like 2 months later, Metroid Prime remake came out and it was like a freaking banger. But yeah, that was just funny.
But we so far we are right on 2 counts of that. They've not done 2
true.
or 3.
Yeah. Who knows?
And it was a remaster. It was a visual remaster. I guess.
Visual remake. Well, yeah, I mean they remade all the graphics from the ground up,
and some of the controls were remade too. So they worked, which is crazy.
Oh yeah, it had traditional FPS, controls. So that was nice. I don't think it had ever had that before, but that was pretty funny in hindsight. And I think Metroid Prime remake ended up on my top 5 game of the year list. So how wrong we were. And what was the next thing? So. We had a conversation about Starfield because that was still before it was delayed to like the back half of 2023. And oh my God, Steven was just tearing Starfield a new asshole. Like you're just saying there's like, they should have released it in 2022. It's one of those games where like, it's not helping anything to delay it because they should just get it out because the people who are going to buy it are going to buy it and they can just patch it when it comes out. And it's on an old engine, like delaying it just wasn't worth it. And like, it just cracked me up in hindsight because you're 100% spot on.
I was going to say, I don't think I disagree with any of the statements compiled.
Yeah. It just is so underwhelming. Oh my God. Shout out to the people listening who love Starfield,
Man, I'm pretty sure I said in that episode that I was back on board because of playing the Forgotten City. Because I was like so hyped on like how janky and fun that was, but it's such a tight experience as well. Like, but it was like it made me like I was like I'm ready for a conversation in this space again.
Yeah. The funny thing about that too, I have a brother who's plugged into the modding scene. He's like taught himself how to do a little bit of modding and make some mods here and there for like Resident Evil 4 and stuff. But so he like is in those Rev forums and Discords and paying attention to that kind of stuff. And he said there's like a general consensus amongst the modding community that Starfield just isn't worth modding. It's not interesting.
No.
Like the game as a base is just like boring and bland, and everybody's just going back to Skyrim. So it's like mods might not even save it.
Really upsetting because there was like the most prolific modder, and he just abandoned it after a few weeks, saying like, "Oh no, it's
like there's just nothing here as a base." So what's the point?
Yeah.
So back to Skyrim.
Back to nude mods in Skyrim.
I finally got into mods this year. I modded Risk of Rain 2. Dude, Risk of Rain 2 is awesome. The mods for that game are insane, and then the mod client that Risk of Rain uses is wild, dude. It is so easy. You just like
is it Overwolf or whatever? I keep seeing that one everywhere.
Yes, it is that one. My buddy just sent me like a code. He DM'd me a code. I copied, pasted it into the Overwolf. What is it? Overwolf? Whatever the mod client is. I hit go. It did like a loading bar, and it loaded like the 200 mods that he had as a file on his account, and just instantly uploaded them onto the game. And then I launched it.
It's crazy how easy it is.
Yeah,
so sick, dude.
And we were playing with like Dragon Ball characters, and I got to play as Link, and he had all of these like other characters. It was wild, man.
That's sick. That's sick.
Just before we move on, super quickly, I just have to do this for Caden. Can you just unravel a little bit of that dirty laundry for me, Jonah? And just what were you playing last night?
Oh,
dude, it was supposed to be a secret, Steven. I was playing Fortnite.
Like still be.
Then after that,
I tried out Monster Hunter World.
I saw that.
Dude, I saw Monster Hunter World on Steam at least has like a current player count.
It's like 700,000.
Like 80,000.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's
There's
like
a lot of people playing
crazy. Yeah, that Monster Hunter Wilds trailer just generates so much hype, dude.
My buddy,
I was about this close to reinstalling Worlds when I saw you playing it last night, Jonah.
my buddy Jared is like, bro, I'm gonna start playing Monster Hunter World. You want to play it? And I was like, I do have it. I've never played it. That intro sucks ass, dude. It's so bad.
That game's tutorial and onboarding is so fucking slow and tedious, dude. That's its downfall. Like, it's such a slog to get through.
It's bad.
I don't know
dude.
if you've got far enough yet, but there's a notorious issue with Monster Hunter World where the first time you play a story mission, there's a cutscene, and you can't join another player's game until both of you have watched the cutscene. Yeah. So in your own games, you have to enter the mission solo, watch the cutscenes, and then one of you has to like exit the mission and fail it, and then connect to the other person, and then go into their mission. It's just like, oh my god, what the hell?
Weapon wise, I think I might do. What is it? It's that sword and shield that turns into the axe.
Charge blade, dude. That's one of the like most powerful weapons, but it's the most technical.
It's so cool, dude. It's so cool. I think it's a switch axe.
There's a sword and shield that turns into an axe. That's the charge blade, and then there's an axe that turns into a great sword, and that's the switch axe.
Oh no, it is the charge blade.
Charge blade.
Nice. Yeah, that one's sick. That one's got the guard points, which are essentially parries, and if you get like so good at that game that you just read everything the monster does, you're parrying left and right, and then punishing. So yeah, charge blade sick. All right, yeah, love the Monster Hunter hype. So my last just fun observation, looking back, was just a little one, was just that the world didn't know the bomb and that Baldur's Gate 3 was going to be, and like. I was the only one on the podcast at the last predictions episode. I was just quietly waving my Baldur's Gate 3 flag. I'm pretty excited for Baldur's Gate 3. I can't wait. It seems cool. And like, you guys are like, oh, nice. You're like completely uninterested.
The funny thing is, Steven and I are still like, oh yeah, that's cool. We're still pretty.
You're like the two people on the planet, so it's fine. But yeah, that's basically my observations from last year. I just wanted to call out.
Hayden, what is disappointing about that is that Baldur's Gate 3 did not make your top 5, your game of the year.
You guys are dragging me for this. I haven't finished it. All right, fellas. We put out a call in the Discord for community questions about 2024 in gaming. So here we go. I'll kick it off. This one comes in from friend of the show, David Burdett over at Gaming Trend. Shout out. He says, tell me one bad thing or worry you have about your most anticipated game of 2024. Now, this is a funny question because in between the break here, we spent about 20 minutes going over games that have been announced for 2024 because we realized, like, what is coming out in 2024? So I don't know, like, do any of us even have anticipated games?
Mine might be Final Fantasy VII Rebirth or whatever they're calling it, but like I haven't beat the first one yet either. So like my main concern is I'm still not going to have time to devote to that series, as has been the case for the past 2 years.
Yeah,
I've got mine. Mine is I've got two probably go-to contenders: Cat Quest 3, and then the other one would be Black Myth Wukong. My concern is QuickTime events. When they've shown that game, it's like, okay, this is God of War, Shadow of the Colossus, all that sort of stuff. Like, this is massive scale enemies, plus you sort of, your modern-ish Dark Souls-esque third-person action adventure sort of stuff. I just don't want to have control taken away from me with QuickTime events. It's like I'm done. Like, it's
that would be a weird
like my first introduction was RE4. It was great back then in 2004, and it's 2024. It's 20 years on from QTEs. We just don't. For an action game, like I'm doing lots of QTEs in Dave the Diver, but it's like it's a different game. It's a different sense,
Oh, they make him feel so good in that game too.
I do.
But yeah, I'm right there with you, I think, with Black Myth Wukong. I'm just such a Souls nut. And this year, I feel like other developers have finally broken through into the Souls-like genre with Lies of P and Lords of the Fallen, which is a little bit controversial. But anyway, because before that, it hadn't really... I guess there was like the Neo the Neo games, but most non From Software Souls likes just did not hit. And Black Myth Wukong just looks absolutely insane. But what I'm afraid of is that everything they've shown so far could really just be like hyper polished vertical slice. And I don't think anyone has like had their hands on this game. Like no media has like played a demo. So I'm just afraid that it actually is like a piece of shit. It just looks amazing.
I've got one prediction, and like for us to even be able to get this will be for IGN to discuss. This is one of our first predictions. I'm sorry, I've got to jump in with this just because it came to my mind. Will we get, because like obviously Journey to the West, it's one of the biggest epics ever made, but one of the biggest selling versions of Journey to the West, Dragon Ball. Will we get an undeniable Dragon Ball reference in Wukong? Like, so it's like obviously he's got the staff, is the Monkey King, all that sort of stuff, but it's like something that you just couldn't do a Kamehameha or something. You see a Dragon Ball or something, like something that is so obvious that you can't
the developer room, you have to glitch into the Dragon Balls.
You're talking a slap you in the face reference, like undeniable.
Yeah. Like was it The Witcher? You saw the Assassin's Creed person in the hay bale, like dead. It's like that level of like reference.
Well, forgive me if I'm wrong about this too, but I'm pretty sure it is being developed by a Chinese studio. Do any of you have any idea like how big Dragon Ball is in China?
I mean,
that would be a very hard
like big around the world.
It's universal, but it's also the question of like what was allowed in to the country as well.
Yeah. All right. Well, Jonah, how about you? Most anticipated 2024?
My most anticipated, I guess it's just recency bias, but it's gonna be Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown.
Oh yeah. That game just looks really slick.
We got to play
that one's gonna be good.
Yeah, we got to play that PAX. It's really good.
Now, whoever did the website that we looked at did not put that in. I'm pretty sure, unless I just
it wasn't on there.
Polygon.
It wasn't on the list, so that is 100% needs to be on that list. I'm hyped for that as well.
Yeah, I heard that it's surprisingly going to be a long game.
I'm lying.
Okay, that's my concern.
Final Fantasy is not my most anticipated. My most anticipated comes out like in 2 weeks. Tekken, dude. The new Tekken coming out this month.
Tekken 8 is awesome. Yeah.
Man, I miss Tekken. It was my fighter of choice as a kid because I had 4 brothers and we did the couch PvP, on the single screen.
The nice thing is this game's got like the simplified controls that Street Fighter brought over. And dude, you feel like a badass playing that game.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sorry, did we get your concern, Jonah?
Let's back
my
it up.
my concern,
Ubisoft channel coming up every 2 seconds.
My concern with the game is more of a concern with me, just because I really like Metroidvanias, but I'll get like halfway to 3/4 of the way and then just fall off of them. Yeah. Especially since I'm going to be getting it on the Switch, but they've said that the Switch is going to have a 1080 60. It's going to play 1080 60 on the Switch, and I was like,
that's cool.
I'm definitely getting it if it can actually run those numbers.
Was there a tiny little 2 behind it? It'll run on the Switch with the 2 all tiny behind.
The switcheroo.
I do feel that way. Like, man, most Metroidvanias should just cap at 15 hours because it's just the right amount.
Yeah.
So what's your
shout out to
concern,
Hollow Knight,
Mateo?
which is like 80 hours.
My concern with Tekken will be I won't get enough Heihachi in my life when I'm playing that game, and Heihachi's the man.
Dude, I was listening.
Honestly, Tekken 8 looks it's playing so well. Like there's not a lot of concerns there. I don't really get on the online community. So maybe the community will be less toxic this time, and I can actually play Tekken 8 online. But I don't think that'll be the case. That's my regret.
Biggest concern is that
go ahead.
Heihachi body pillows are out of stock all every week. It's like waiting.
I was listening to something, and they said that they were gonna have a tailored back roster, and it's still gonna be like 38 characters. It's like, oh my god, how many playable characters are there in this series?
Yeah. I feel like Tekken honestly needs a reboot at this point. Just call it Tekken and go back to like, the Mishima family and just cut out the chaff. But if they did that, Yeah. At least they haven't done the Mortal Kombat 1 multiverse thing. I can't believe they like reset the lore and they immediately threw it a multiverse. It's just like, come on, man. Yeah. So weird year, but there's some bangers.
What was your concern? What was yours?
I'll piggyback Black Myth Wukong with you, and just afraid that we've just seen a highly polished vertical slice and the game actually sucks. But all right. So next community question comes in. Let's see here. I actually pulled this as a repeat from last year because I thought it was a good conversation point. But last year, Brian over from the Draft Punks wrote this in. Shout out. He asked, what games haven't been announced yet you are hoping to hear about? So these are games that have not been officially announced. There's not like any rumors that they might be coming out. Last year, for example, Jonah was like, please let it be Titanfall 3. And of course, nothing happened. But
again, it will be let us have Titanfall.
It's still Titanfall 3.
Or Splinter Cell. Give us a new Splinter Cell. Come on.
It's particularly interesting this year.
Splinter Cell.
Give me
one
of my dead franchises, please.
I'll give this one to Steven because the thing about this year is the heavily rumored Switch 2. So,
so
unannounced Switch 2 games.
Yeah, so that's obviously, man. If I got Mario Odyssey 2, I'd be so stoked.
I won't. That's a counter pick on my draft. On my fantasy critic.
We've already got the first feeling that this could actually happen, where Game Freak have partnered with some other company. I can't remember who it is. And they're making some like samurai game. But like literally, Pokemon company coming out and saying, new Pokemon game with help from a studio that knows how to make a game. Monolith Soft, for instance.
That would be a dream come true. But Gen 10 Pokemon, that's a good call out. Aside from Splinter Cell and Titanfall 3, is there anything for you, Jonah, or are you just ringing that bell still?
Honestly, dude, I'm so burnt out from last year with just like everything coming out and everything being like a 9 out of 10. Honestly, I'm ready to get cozy with my Switch and just enjoy stuff on that. And it seems like it's going to be a pretty solid year for Switch, at least at the beginning. So
there's a sentiment this year of like actually just don't release any games and let us all caught up on our backlog.
Yeah, 100%.
Mateo, is there any dream unannounced game that you would hope to hear about this year?
Ooh, let's do like the Sony fanboy one. Bloodborne remake coming out, dude.
Yeah, for sure.
It feels like a good year for it, honestly. There's not a
dude, not like Peyton cream his jeans.
If they said
soaking over here.
If they said, look, and we're introducing like a new mechanic, it's pretty revolutionary. A jump button. Oh my god, I would lose my mind. I'd be like so excited.
We're not tweaking the enemies or any of the game mechanics to accommodate it. You can just jump now.
You can just jump now.
30 FPS. Dedicated jump button.
No, I could even see, I think there have been rumors for a while.
It runs
that Blue Points are working.
Runs 4K.
It runs at 30 frames per second still.
30
frames per second. Yeah, I can see Blue Point being pivoted by Sony. They let them loose to make their own original IP, but then Elden Ring comes out and it's bigger than Jesus. And they're like, cancel it. Start working on Bloodborne remaster. We got to make that Souls money. But I wouldn't be mad about it for sure. For myself, I'm trying to think. Unannounced. Yeah, it's weird. It's just like all of our dreams are coming through. They're hitting everything.
I wanted to say like Baldur's Gate 3 DLC, but it doesn't make any sense for there to be DLC for that game. It just have to be like a new something, right? Like just
the Alcac Pathfinder games, they do a thing where their DLC are separate mini campaigns where you like make a new party and just do like self-contained adventure. That could be cool.
I got an alter for this question. What vaporware game do you think is going to actually come out this year?
Well, there's a couple of big ones. We'll get to those, but it feels kind of sad that like nothing like jumps out at me. Which is unannounced stream game. It would have been Monster Hunter, but
I was talking about it with someone about how just like changing studio heads does actually matter in a large scale environments. Like how BioWare shifted, their leads and stuff like that. So that dog whistle, when that happened with Rocksteady, we should have all just said, "Oh, okay, let's just pack it in for Suicide Squad."
Yeah. I just thought of one thing. Maybe if Konami is pulling out the stops to give us remakes of Metal Gear Solid 3 and Silent Hill 2, maybe they'll finally do something with Castlevania. So, if we get some kind of news about a new Castlevania.
Lords of Shadow 3, baby.
Remaster.
No, not that one.
What would a Castlevania fucking Souls-like be like?
Oh,
amazing!
Like
it's
Souls.
It's just Bloodborne. It's Castle Caters.
It's just Bloodborne.
It's a chainsword.
But it is. There is like everyone has said that, like that joke that it is just Bloodborne. But at the same time, the fact that they are using all the hammer like monsters in the original Castlevania, it's like you got Frankenstein's monster and like the werewolf and all that sort of Wolfman and stuff like that. Like would be cool, like in a cool throwback.
Yeah, really like cult classic horror for sure.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. We got another question from David Burdett from Gaming Trend, actually. It's kind of related here. What will be the premier launch title for the Switch 2, assuming that it actually comes out? And he says better known as the Super Switch. So I think David's bet on the title of the next console is Super Switch. But yeah, what do you guys think? I mean, we had in the launch window Mario Odyssey, and it's about time for another 3D Mario, but do you think they've actually got one in the pipe?
I think what they're gonna do is what they did with Breath of the Wild, and we're gonna get a cross launch, and they're gonna have just like release one version of Metroid Prime 4, but it's gonna play significantly better on the Switch, on the Super Switch.
Oh my god! First of all, I got to give a yellow card to Caden. And Mateo, you got to back me up on this. He said in the pipe, and he didn't say 5. So like that's like really annoying to me.
Is that yellow card now?
Yeah. If you start a reference to aliens and you don't finish it, no, cool.
That was a Mario reference, dude. The pipes. What are you talking about? But yeah, that's a good call. Assuming since Retro's had their hands on restarting Metroid Prime 4 since 2019, and they've had 5 years,
and that's the pick for my vaporware game that's actually going to release. This year.
So that's the thing about Silk Song that's interesting is that Hollow Knight
it's not going to come out this year.
Well, that's what I'm wondering though, is if it does come out this year, if it'll be like PC only or just, PlayStation, Xbox only, and then come to Switch later, or if they would do like a Switch 2 launch title, Silk Song.
How many people do you think gasped at the Game Awards when Jeff Keighley was on stage and he's like, now I've got a big announcement to make from the creators or our Australian friends who are indie team, and then it was just like
it wasn't Team Cherry.
It wasn't Team Cherry.
And
how disappointed do you think everyone was?
I felt really bad because I'm like, hey, Goose Game was great, but that's like not what we're expecting.
Yeah. Was it last year?
I want to play that game too. That looks derpy and fun. I want to play that game.
Well, do we have any big predictions other than Metroid or Silk Song? I mean, obviously maybe Mario.
Metroid Prime 4 feels right, but it doesn't sell systems. It doesn't, even Dread is the best-selling game. I think it's sold maybe 3 millis, which is not very big millis for Nintendo.
I think what's going to sell the new Switch is if it is actually a Switch and it is a continuation, what's going to sell it is going to be hardware perforance.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. They might be like, look, you get maybe they'll do a bundle of Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, that runs 1080 and 60, and that would be just because I'm feeling like
that'd be hilarious as a launch title, just Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom remastered.
But the fact that Tears of the Kingdom came out so late, and so did Last of Us, the original, on PS3, and then PS4 launches Last of Us remaster, baby, let's go. That's pessimistic, but it's probably realistic as well. Like, why reinvent the wheel when you've already you've got guaranteed bangers? It sucks for us that want to play a new game, but
we would have heard some grumblings by this point, right? If there was going to be like a new 3D Mario game coming out, there would be some kind of
crazy.
Everyone's rumoring that there's going to be a new Mario game. Or
there were like rumors of Odyssey before it came out, but it's been 7 years. It's
the rumors. That's fair because a whole lot of the workers on Wonder were new.
Right, it's they're doing. So what was the Odyssey team doing? And it's like, of course, we know they're making another Mario. It's just a question of when.
But also the Odyssey team is the Mario Kart team. Oh, so Mario Kart 9 would be the obvious one. I think would be the obvious.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. Are we ever going to get a Mario Kart 9, or is it just going to be Mario Kart 8?
Do they need to? Like what would you get out of a Mario Kart 9?
I don't know.
Okay, let me give you this. It's simple. It's so insanely simple because they've already done it. It's literally on the title. The flag goes past Mario Kart 8, and then freaking a red shell comes along and knocks it over and it's signed.
Mario Kart Infinite.
Yeah. And what about what was it people were calling it? Super Smash Kart. It's like a Mario Kart that brings in characters from other IPs, which they've done a little bit with Mario Kart.
It's interesting. Yeah, they've done a little bit. I agree, but it also does tarnish it. It is this weird thing where it's like
not Mario Kart anymore.
Smash Bros is just this one unique thing.
Steven, I need you to not gatekeep Mario Kart, please.
It is weird though. Like, I don't know why. It's weird because everyone should be able to play tennis. Link should be able to play tennis. He can be a left-hander. It'd be pretty cool. But like,
I want to drive around as Bayonetta in a skin-tight suit on a motorbike.
Man,
can't you do that in Fortnite at this point?
Oh,
that's if they did do a Nintendo card, I definitely want to bring back Double Dash like everyone has.
Yes,
and then Bayonetta just gets naked with her hair, like, and attacks people.
It's like a cart made out of hair, and she's just naked on top of it.
That's her move. She just gets naked and distracts the other players that you're playing with.
There's like an item that someone's Bayonetta, and she just is overlaid on everything else on the screen. She's just doing like a striptease dance. It's like the blooper,
Very Nintendo.
Oh my god. Yeah, shout out to Doug Surgery again. What if we get against all odds, freaking
F-Zero?
Yeah, let's go.
That would be against all odds. 100%. But yeah, man, Metroid F-Zero came back in 2023. That's pretty.
The year of the sci-fi bounty hunters. Let's go.
Yeah.
So what do we say we think it's going to be the launch title then? We said Last of Us Remake.
Yeah.
Oh my god, can you imagine? All right. I did just think of one thing. What if they do Monster Hunter World on Switch 2?
World?
Because it could probably handle it. Yeah.
Oh.
You know how people say true 4K? I was just thinking like, Last of Us Part 1 coming to Switch in true 720.
Well, so kind of picking off the Switch 2 discussion. This question comes in from little known and obscure community member Stephen Beaumont. It's been a while since we can say it, but could 2024 be the year of Xbox? There's a couple things I want to say about this before we get into it. There's only like a couple of highly anticipated big Xbox games that only have like a 2024 year launch window. It's like Avowed and Hellblade 2 and like Fable. And we don't even have like a date or a month. They could very well be pushed out. But at the same time, I don't think there's like any like first party AAA Sony games announced for 2024. So they've got that opening, and it's hard for me to believe that this year is like Sony has something like hidden in their pocket that they're ready to reveal. I just really think that like their projects are just spaced out. We're waiting until 2025 for like. For sure. Yeah. So yeah, what do you guys think? Could Xbox swoop in and take over this year?
I think it's hard to. I think it's hard to say that. Like, does the Xbox even really exist anymore? Like, how many exclusives do they have that I can't just play on my PC? And if me playing a Microsoft game on my PC, is that the year of the Xbox, or?
I mean, it's the year of Xbox Game Pass, and I think that's what they want.
So many more third party games are just coming and and just absolutely dominating in these sort of off years or whatever as well. Like even last year with Baldur's Gate 3, it's it is so much harder to say like, oh, a console or whatever definitive on the year, because obviously Steam wins every year. Like if you're being honest about it, like
Caden, you forgot the biggest Xbox game releasing this year, Call of Duty.
No.
Yeah, wow, man. Do it. Is that an asterisk? Like, and we can say that about we can say that about Bethesda games. We can say that about Obsidian games. But man, do we count it? Should it count?
It won't be an. It
but
won't
not
be
this year.
It won't be an exclusive. It can't be an exclusive for at least 10 years.
So if it's not an exclusive, you can't win it. Like you can't say like, oh, Xbox won that year that Deathloop was there. It's like that was a PlayStation exclusive.
Well, yeah. So that's another point I want to bring up is that we're finally starting to get these studios that Xbox acquired to get to a point where they're getting close to actually releasing their games.
I mean, we did see all of those like crazy games from Summer Games Fest last year. Hopefully we'll see some more from it.
My point is that the games that have actually released under Xbox's banner after like Redfall, they're not good.
Yeah.
So they got all these studios, they're releasing the games and they're not good. So I just don't know. I do have faith in about
that Ninja Theory multiplayer like melee game was really bad.
Oh my god! I don't even know what that was called. That really just.
And again, it was like, oh, we've got Ninja Theory. It's like cool. They can make some action games. That'd be cool to fill up their roster. Have they made a game since? Or who develops?
What are you talking about?
That's Ninja Theory.
That's Ninja Theory.
That's them.
They're doing Hellblade 2.
So confused. Like, I was like trying to look it up, and then for some reason I had Storybox Library, which is like to put my kids to bed on, and there was a dog barking, and so I got really confused. Sorry.
It's Hellblade 2 2024, 2025.
Well, it has a 2024 year window. It doesn't have a release date or a month.
It doesn't even feel like we've got the Wukong vertical slices. We've got nothing from that game.
Yeah.
We've got, this is the gameplay trailer. Let's show 15 minutes of cinematics. Yeah. Look at that gameplay. But it's like, I understand that that's the style of game it is anyway. It is semi-walking simulator-esque mixed with action, but it's like...
And a tiny bit of puzzling.
It feels so unfair that Xbox are leaning on them so hard. I feel like they should probably Fable to be something.
I'm so pessimistic about Fable as well.
I can't remember the last time we talked about it, but man, shout out to Richard Ayoade, like 100%. I'm down for that. But I don't want it to be just one little stupid gag and that's it.
Yeah, dude, and I can't have my Fable game. I don't want to play as an ugly chick. Ew.
Let's bring back Gamergate 2014. Let's go, boy.
Since Fable's the like Horizon, Forza Horizon team, what if they have like some kind of fantasy like horse cart wagon racer mode?
I think we talked about this last time.
Oh, okay.
That'd be great.
But yeah, I don't know. It's annoying that the Xbox has this golden opportunity, but I'm not even confident that the games they have slated for this year are even going to come out, let alone be good. So I'm not very optimistic about it being the year of Xbox.
But how much horsepower do you think you could add to a horse?
but yeah, like we are 100% know that the next Switch is coming because of
this. It's the year of Nintendo.
No, I don't care. Like, I'm not saying that. I'm saying the Xbox still has a chance. I'm just saying, like, we know that the Switch 2 is coming because just like the end of the Wii U, they dump out a bunch of like not shovelware. Well, they dumped out shovelware in the Wii U. Whereas this version, it's like here's some remaster or remake of Luigi's Mansion 2. Here's like a little
game.
Exactly. So it's like
here's Luigi's Mansion 2.
Yeah, that's it. When you're not seeing Mario, Link, any big hitters, you know that the end is nigh for the Switch.
Yeah.
But yeah.
For sure.
So it'll be interesting.
Let's see here. This question comes in also from little known obscure community member Jonah Gomez. What is this year's Redfall? You asked before the show. Dang, could it be one of those Xbox games we just talked about?
Be one of those Rocksteady games that.
That's.
But okay,
yep.
We expect, preface this question,
but are people hyped for it though?
Yeah, I'm saying let's pick a game that's hyped that people think are gonna be good, not just like, oh, we've got Skull and Bones, oh, we've got Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League. Like, we already know those games are probably not gonna be good. Let's pick a game that we think...
How upsetting is that to say, though? Like, Rocksteady made 3 games that were, like, not just good, but sometimes in top 100, like, in a lot of top 100 lists. Like, and then, oh, we need money, let's just greed it out. That sucks.
There's no way this is gonna happen, but what if it's Hades 2? Like they pull like a Darkest Dungeon 2 type thing, or they go in like a crazy new direction and people are like, we just wanted more of Hades.
I don't think it's gonna be Hades 2.
I love the there's the what's the company that makes Hades? Supergiant. It's like there's like this Supergiant Venn diagram of depressed and horny people, and then Supergiant's in the middle of it.
I have less concerns about it after like Baldur's Gate 3 taking off the way that it did. But like, what if it's Dragon's Dogma 2? Like, what if the game is just too like niche and too like into itself that it just doesn't have the widespread appeal?
Man, but did you see how they broke that bridge?
And then did you see how they broke that bridge?
Like 5 minutes later, they
when they finally released a new gameplay trailer and were showing off magic, they made a ice bridge. It's just like more bridges.
Surprise! It's a Strands-like game. It's all about building bridges.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was the most hype shit of Tears of the Kingdom. Just building a log bridge that's just stick. I'm like, how far can you actually make this go? Because I don't know what the cap is, because it went a long way.
Yeah, there's a lot. It's like there's a cap of something around the neighborhood of like 20 to 25 items you can stick together, so you can make it really fucking long. Yeah,
that is insane.
But that was like a commentary. It could. I think Dragon's Dogma 2. I don't really think it'll be a Redfall, but I do think it has the potential to possibly.
Yeah, I'm thinking either that or Black Myth Wukong.
That's what I was going to
say. That would be the other one.
Because that seems to be holding the hope of all Souls-likes. You know, Lies of P came out of kind of not relative, unknown nowhere, but it was like, it was more surprising that it was good. Like, but it's more than a 7.
Like the opposite.
Yeah. Whereas this is like, we've been seeing these beautiful freaking images of it, and it's like, this game, it was before Unreal Engine 5 had been shown off. And it was like, what is this engine? I don't even know if it is Unreal 5, but like when they first showed it, I was like, this is next gen. Like, this is like, as you said, it's vaporware. Like, this doesn't exist. Like,
what if the game comes out and it is like incredibly highly polished and everything it looks like, but it's only like 2 hours long? Something like that.
What is that? Order 1886. Order 1886. Yeah.
Dude, that game ruled. I like that game a lot.
In hindsight, that game seems to have picked up like a cult following. People are like, that game's actually cool. So
it is cool.
It's like crazy steampunk stuff plus like vampires or werewolves or something, right?
It's crazy steampunk and vampires versus werewolves,
I guess.
Yeah, seems like a recipe for success for sure. Like,
it's just like 3 hours long.
Oh, isn't Nikola Tesla like making all your weapons in that game or some shit? That's pretty cool. All right, let's find out for cutie questions. So it's about time to roll into our prediction bets. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Oh, actually,
super quickly.
Cutie questions.
It's time for us to settle the 2023 bets. So,
do you want to just quickly, just give some shout outs to some people?
Oh yeah. I got that covered. It's always a surprise. Every episode, we will give shout outs to our patrons. Thank you so much to get Dan Giesland, Pucho, Wes, and Dakota Falk for supporting the podcast. We appreciate it so much.
That's rock.
Thank you.
We're just so hyped for 224.
We're like 2 hours in.
I also want to apologize to the people watching. I don't know why all my email pop-ups are deciding to go, but it keeps popping up over your face. I had to click off one, and I accidentally missed the X, and so there's a big-ass pop-up. So we'll put a fun image there to block it.
Yeah. Just put a little gif of Bayonetta dancing around. Okay, so let's go back over 2023 real quick. We had 17 bets, and everybody had to pull $500, and they had to bet at least $20 on each of these bets. These are made-up debate dollars. We're not actually betting real money.
I wish I had $500.
The first bet was, will Google enter the video game market again after in 2022? I guess they shut down Google Stadia. That did not happen. As far as I know, they don't have any active games in development. They're not trying to launch a new console or platform or anything. And the second bet was, will the annual COD come to Switch? So this was when we were still stewing in the news with Xbox acquiring Activision.
Do you have the tallies of who
Oh won? Yeah, we can go through. Yeah. So the first bet, everybody voted no against Google and Bet20. So second bet, everybody voted no against COD coming to Switch and Bet20. Number 3, will Game Pass increase in price? This actually did happen on Xbox. They raised price by $1 from $9.99 to $10.99.
They increased Ultimate too, because it went from 15 to 18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Steven and Jonah sniffed it. They bet 60 on yes. I was voting the will of the people who did not want the price to increase. I put 20 on no. Number 4, will Dead Space Remake have a higher Metacritic score than Resident Evil 4? Yeah.
No way.
It was close. Dead Space came in at 89. Yeah, and Resident Evil came in at 93. So it was pretty. I mean, I guess that's not that close, but Dead Space put up a good fight. So I don't think anybody really had any faith in Dead Space. So it was no's all around with $20. Good game, but it's Resident Evil 4. Will Tears of the Kingdom make it right and let you pet the dog was number 5. No, you can't. We all believed and voted yes, at least $20. Steven came in with $40. We all wanted it. We all believed, but they didn't. They didn't have the budget. They didn't have the time.
Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah, they didn't let you pet the dog. Following up on that, will Princess Zelda be playable in Tears of the Kingdom?
Oh, damn.
We all voted yes. You guys were optimistic or cautiously optimistic with 20, and I went all in on this with $180 and got punished. Lost big on this one. Just it just really seemed like this might be the one. They're showing Zelda running around in the dark, exploring those caves. We really thought, but
can't win. Can't bet.
Yeah, number 7, will Starfield be delayed out of the first half of 2023? This did actually happen. Didn't launch till September. I don't think so. Jonah sniffed it. He put 20 on yes. Steve and I lost out, but betting no. So Jonah had no faith and was rewarded. Bet number 8, will Starfield have a 2B mod on Nexus Mods by the end of 2024? I sure did. Let's do the bets here. Jonah voted 40 yes, I voted 20 yes, and Steven voted 20 no. So there is a mod on Nexus for Starfield that replaces a helmet with 2B's head, so you can equip her head on and off of your head. So technically,
that's the weirdest yes to that bet.
That's a ship and face yes bet.
All right, number 9. Will Game Freak release another annual console Pokemon rather than take a year off?
That's weird because we got DLC, right?
Yeah. So how'd this shake out? Everybody voted no. We totally expected them to keep up the grind and throw out another annual, whatever, a remake or whatever, what have you. So technically, the answer to this is no, and we just got DLC. So, all right. Number 10. If there's a new console Pokemon game, will at least 2 of the starters' final evolutions not be bipedal? Rule 34 inspired bet. This bet is null, so everybody got their bets refunded because there was not a new console Pokemon game. But yeah, that was a funny bet. Number 10, will Armored Core score above an 80 on Metacritic? With the context that no Armored Core has ever achieved that. In fact, most scored below 70. And yeah, it pulled through. I didn't write down what the
86,
final
I think.
score was, but
Yeah, I think it was sitting at 86.
So they pulled it off. So that is number 11, and John and Steven didn't have faith. They said no, and I said yes. All right, number 12. We were pessimistic at that time because it came out that Miyazaki was only involved with like pre-planning of the game. So we're like, it's going to be a piece of crap. But all right, number 12. Will 15 or more games score 90 or above on Metacritic?
You motherfuckers had no faith, and I did. I remember this one.
Is probably a yes, right?
Well, the context of this had not occurred in the past 4 years at the time that we made this bet. So that came out to... everybody actually voted yes. $20.
Oh, really?
Oh,
yeah.
I thought you guys were being cynical.
All right, can you
maybe we were cynical, but still.
Can I just have a little apology from Jonah? Thank you.
Why?
For what?
Oh, I'm sorry.
He just called us out.
Oh, okay.
I remember you both being like, "No, it's not gonna happen. It can't happen."
Well, here's the thing. It's closer than you might think. The number of games that did score above a 90 is exactly 15 from 2023. Whoa. So it was close. It was close.
That's pretty cool.
All right. Bet number 13 was, will a Kojima game feature full frontal nudity? I don't know why we thought that a Kojima game was coming out this year, but I guess we did.
I know we must have thought that Xbox. Well, that Xbox game, we still don't know exactly what it is, or if it's exclusive. But yeah,
I mean, kind of. If you consider like how hard Jeff Keighley was blowing Kojima on stage.
So Jonah voted no, and Steve and I voted yes. So by virtue of there not being a Kojima game, Jonah was correct with a no on that one. Picked up a few points. Number 14. In hindsight, this bet seems so dumb and obvious, but at the time we just didn't know. Will a character with a symbiote be playable in Spider-Man 2? And Jonah, I have to give you credit because I listened back and you fucking nailed the prediction. You were like, they're going to give Peter Parker the symbiote so that it'll differentiate his gameplay from Miles Morales. Yep. That's exactly what you said, and you were spot on. So let's see how that shook out. That's bet number 14. Everybody voted yes, and you both put heavily. Steven put 100, and Jonah put 60 on that. So
that was the most obvious one.
Yeah, at the time, if you go back and listen to it, we were just like, I just don't know. It's like they'd have to add Venom; it'd be a whole nother character. I don't know. We also thought maybe Venom would just be a villain and not be playable. So
right.
That's what happened. All right. 15 as the first Final Fantasy with an M rating. Will Final Fantasy 16 feature a sex scene? And let's go. We had very clear stipulations on this bet, is that it couldn't be like a Fade to Black or Implied Sex. There had to be bumping and grinding on screen, and that did not happen. There is nudity, there's people in bed, you see side boobs, you see some butt cracks, but there's no actual sex on screen, so it came out to a no. On that one, everybody...
I mean, if there was nudity, I think that counts.
Well, at the time when we made the bet, we were very clear on the episode that it had to be like sex is happening on screen. Right,
I wanted to see the full business.
Yeah.
There wanted some Baldur's Gate 3
there were
action.
no money shots at all in the game. Yeah. Like that's where the XP comes from.
And it was a 2-1 odds on yes, so it was a big payout if it happened. That's unlikely. 16 with a winter 2023 release date. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth release before January 1st. Of course, that has been delayed into 2024. So that did not
I was
happen.
feeling good about it. And
so Steven picked up some money with a 20 on no on that one. The final bet was, will Metroid Prime 4 release? I was the only one optimistic with the will of the people. You guys picked up some points on no on that one. So that was all the bets 2023. So when it all came out, said and done, basically until the last 5 bets, Jonah and Steven were like tit for tat until Steven barely edged it out with 60 points with $1,320 to Jonah's $1,260. And I had an abysmal $620. So it was very, very, very close. So you take the title, Steven, of smartest panelist of 2023, I suppose. So you can lord that over us for the entirety of 2024. All right, with that out of the way,
maybe Steven should be the wizard in our party.
Yeah, maybe. He's the divination wizard. You can see the future. OP.
Ooh.
All right, gentlemen. It's the moment you've all been waiting for. The Great Game Debate 2024 Predictions Betting Special. As Jonas said last year, pew, 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 pew. Just so the listeners and viewers understand how this works, we each have a fund of 500 debate dollars. And
it's debate dollar dues. Thank you very much.
Debate dollar dues. And this year we have 16 bets, and each person must put at least $20 on each bet. Format of each bet is a binary yes or no answer, and the yes or no to each bet has different odds depending on their likelihood or my arbitrary feelings. So if any of this feels unfair or that it doesn't make sense or feel right, then I take responsibility, but I do what I could. And with that said, you guys have any questions before we begin?
Let's go.
All right. Bet number 1. Will Dragon's Dogma 2 be nominated for Game of the Year at the Game Awards 2024? 6-1 odds on yes, 4-1 odds on no. My feelings on this are Dragon's Dogma 1 was not well received. There's not really any indication that Dragon's Dogma 2 is going to be anything other than Dragon's Dogma 1 with better graphics. But there's still a chance. There's not a lot slated for this year. It could be a stand down. So yeah. I do have slightly better odds on no.
I'm putting $80 on yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is. I feel like we're so early in the year, but it is feeling like a light year. Maybe the strong. 5 games, maybe $50 on yes, just because it's a light year.
What do you think, Dan?
I've got 20 on yes. I believe we're gonna believe if Baldur's Gate 3 can do it.
Similar to last year, I'm representing the will of the people, and people want
the
Dragon's
will
Dogma
of the people was wrong last year.
Yeah, that's true. So I'll throw 20 on yes. So we all think that it'll be nominated for GOTY. So optimistic or pessimistic about the quality of games in general in 2024. You decide. Bet number 2. This game, or rather, this bet was contributed by community member Holden Hintz, friend of the show. Shout out. A little bit of a joke here. Will a non-sequel video game get nominated for 2024 GOTY at the Game Awards? I'll have the joke that in 2023 there was only one game out of the GOTY nominees that wasn't a sequel. Yeah, but just for full context, I did look back. This has actually never happened ever for the Game Awards. So there's only a 2-1 odds on yes, but a huge 10-1 payout on no on the off chance that it actually does happen. Because
win
the
Game of the Year
so
or get nominated?
Nominated. So, for example, this past year, there were 5 or 6 games that were nominated for GOTY, and only one of them wasn't a sequel. But it's never been the case ever in the Game Awards that all the games that were nominated for GOTY were sequels. So the odds of it actually happening are extremely low. So there's a huge payout of 10-1.
It seems unlikely that it would be no. So, but man, that 10-1, that's pretty tasty.
I do 40 on no.
Yeah, I just like the odds. It's like I'm always a long odds bet.
I'll do 20 on yes. Why not?
Okay.
2-1. Well, I'm not gonna lose ground on Mateo, so I've got to drop that 40 banger as well. So.
Whoa! This could be a swing for Jonah early on. Will of the people, I think we want variety and not rehashes of the same old shit. So, will a non-sequel video game get? So we want yes, yeah. So we want yes, which is probably going to happen. $20. Number 3, I stole this bet from Triple Click Podcast. Check it out. I like it. Odds of this happening seem extremely, extremely low, but it's such an interesting idea. I just had to throw it in there and get your guys' opinion. Will Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree be reintroduced as a budget price standalone game? Obviously, that's not going to happen. So it's 10-1 odds on yes, 2-1 on no. But
yeah,
I don't know. Here's my thinking. Elden Ring already has like 150 hours worth of content. Almost feels like it has an in-game expansion built in the case of the Haligtree. And you're so powerful by the end after you've done everything in Elden Ring. It's like what is the growth gonna be in the DLC? And it almost makes more sense to me that it's like a standalone campaign. You start over with a new character, and then you go through the character growth process.
I think it would also be a coup if you actually were like, one of the named characters. Like that would be such a coup, and that would be like standalone experience. You know what I mean? Like if you were given one of the titles, like of the many M named characters in it. But yeah, that's I don't think so. It's just not something that happens that often. That's a very Sony first party thing.
Yeah.
So I'd say no for just 20. It's not going to make me any money. So
yeah,
$20 for me.
I'll put 20 on no as well.
Okay. Yeah.
I was gonna do 20 on no, but 20 on yes, dude. Whatever.
Let's go.
Oh.
I think the will of the people is 20 on yes because the only thing better than Elden Ring DLC is a sequel to Elden Ring. A whole new game. So
do you know how bad that game is going to be received? They're like, oh, Elden Ring sequel, and it's only this big. What the hell?
It's only 100 hours instead of 150 hours. What the?
This should just be DLC.
All right. This bet includes
most expensive DLC.
Okay, bet number 4 includes the term redacted, and you'll know what I'm talking about when I say redacted. Will redacted die in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth? Could go either way. Square Enix is out of their minds. 5-1 on yes, 5-1 on no.
Oh my god.
Interesting. I've played. I feel like I've played up to that, and from my memory, it should have already happened.
No, they're not that far in Final Fantasy VII.
Okay, because I haven't played the remake, so yeah.
The remake, it really only covers like literally the first 20 minutes or like hour of the original game. Yeah, you just leave Midgard. That's
Midgard. That's 4 hours. Yeah, roughly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. I can't remember when redacted that happens. That's interesting.
It'll have. I mean,
it should happen
in the trailers. They've shown that scene. Like they just haven't shown what happens.
It's
so
very important.
We know what's going to happen.
It's very important to the ending. So I'd say yes. Mm-hmm. So 5-1 is a hundo.
Whoa, going all in. Okay. China, yeah.
I'm gonna go.
They're getting crazy.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go for what the teenage Mateo wanted when this game came out. I'm gonna say 50 on no.
Okay.
She will.
That's on this
redacted will not die.
I'll take. I'll take a big swing on this one. I'll do 80 on no.
Whoa.
Kate Sith will not die in.
It's Cat She. Get it right.
If they swap it out though, and Jesse dies, we will riot, dude.
Someone will die. It's
gonna be Mario getting stabbed.
I feel like Will of the People.
That was so dope. That was such a dope reveal.
Yeah. I'm going no on this one because the shippers don't want redacted to die for sure. But I'm trying to think.
The shippers can suck it. There's a better option.
Yeah,
I think they.
I'll stick.
I think honestly, serious answer. I think they're gonna flip. I think they're gonna flip it. I think that it's gonna be
someone
like
else.
Now do something.
Someone else is going to
redacted other.
But yeah, from everything I know, it's very important to the story. But anyway.
Yeah, but they've already completely fucked the story, and they're going full alternate timeline. Yeah. Oh, did you not finish the first game?
No, the
remake.
No, I've touched it for like 10 minutes.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. So shut the hell up. Okay, bet number 5. Will Kingdom Hearts 4 reveal Star Wars content?
Oh God, no!
Now the thing about this, for all we know, they won't even mention Kingdom Hearts 4 this year. But
D23 or whatever they call that thing.
Similar to the last bet, I feel like this is just
Did
they
could
do
go either stuff
way,
with Big Hero 6? I can't remember.
Yeah,
they did.
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts 3. Yeah. So this is 5-1 yes, 5-1 no. Could go either way. Are they crazy enough?
So easy. Money. 50 yes.
Okay. That's what people thought about Kingdom Hearts 3, though.
What did it say?
That's what people thought about Kingdom Hearts 3, though. It would have Star Wars in it. you know.
But people also thought Kingdom Hearts 3 was going to be good, so
that's true. Yeah. I can't believe I replayed the entire series to prepare for that game.
Yeah, I can't believe that my
game.
wife and I went through the entire series for that game. And
Oh my god,
it was awful.
Terrible. What a whip for it. All right, Jenna, what do you think?
20. No.
Okay. Dale, what do you think?
I've also got 20. No.
Okay.
I don't know how much money I've spent. I need to calculate.
I guess the general consumer is just a fiend for Star Wars, so probably the will of the people's yes. We'll put 20 on yes. I just wish Kingdom Hearts would become its own thing and just cut all the Disney crossover, but whatever. All right, number 6. Will Metaphor ReFantazio, which, to remind you guys,
it's Fantasy Persona.
Yeah, it's the new game by the Persona team, but it's a new IP, and it's like a globe-trotting fantasy game instead of the regimented schedule-based game. But will it feature an inappropriate relationship between a minor and an adult?
Yes.
Yeah, that's guaranteed. That's a guarantee.
Yeah. So obviously, it's more likely that the answer is yes. So the odds are 4-1 yes, 6-1 no.
Wait, is the main character a
kid? Yes.
We don't know, unless there's some Japanese articles that people translated and they've revealed that it's.
They'll end up saying, "Oh, it's a 1,000-year-old."
Yeah, it's like I'm a dragon that's 1,000 years old, but I look like a child. Fire Emblem.
Yeah, I did that one. And it literally with like the old gruff dude, they got together. That's kind of weird. but I need that. I need that kid. I need that kid with the extra power.
Okay, Steven. Yes or no?
That's a 20 on yes. Just
okay. I'll do 20 on yes.
Basic bets.
I've got 20 on yes. I'm curious, what does the will of the people look like on this one?
The people do not condone inappropriate relationships between minors.
Shut up, Caden. Yes, they do.
All right. Well, it's no for 20. Anyway. 7. This bet is modified from a bet that was submitted by community member LF5. Thank you so much. Will Skull and Bones be a dead game by 2025? Dead game.
Yes.
Equaling trouble matchmaking, no updates, not profitable. We'll know it when we see it.
Oh wow, that's Skull and Bones at launch.
Yeah, well, obviously seems like a dead game already before it even came out. So 2-1 yes, 4-1 no.
20 yes.
20 yes.
30 yes.
Ooh, 30. Big spender.
Bloody hell. Mateo's doing all the maths. He's like, if I just do this 30 here, then that just gets me a +3 rating on my act.
I feel like the will of the people is we just want to see Skull and Bones come and go so we can stop thinking about it. So we'll put 20 on yes. It feels like one of those games that already came out and died, but somehow it's still not out. All right, number 8. Will Konami return to the good graces of gamers? Given that we're expecting Silent Hill 2 and
luckily they got that live series game out of the way in 2023.
So the odds are against Konami. They had a lot of work to get back to good graces of gamers. So it's 4-1 no, but 6-1 on yes. There's a chance, there's a chance.
How are we measuring the good grace of gamers?
We'll know it. We'll feel it.
Okay.
I'm already worried about that Metal Gear Solid 3 remake. The fact that it is using the same voice lines and not redoing the dialogue is concerning. So it's probably no. It's probably a 20 on no.
I was concerning that they're redoing the dialogue. Is that what you said?
They're not redoing it.
Oh, they're not? Oh, that is weird.
I'm pretty 100% sure they're just reusing very old dialogue that probably doesn't sound amazing.
It'll be great if they redo it. Okay. Yeah. So no for you, Steven. What's the bet?
Just a 20. I'm not that mean. I just don't feel that way.
What do you think? Famous Metal Gear Solid and Silent Hill fan Jonah Gomez.
I said 20 on yes. I think they will be.
Okay.
They will fall in the graces of the gamers.
Positivity.
We got 20 on no.
Okay.
Y'all are negative.
Will the people, of course, we want these franchises to come back and release good games. So we'll put 20 on yes.
Definitely.
Number 9. Will a first-party Xbox console exclusive score a 90 or above on Metacritic? Now, for context here, I went back and checked. The last 3 games that did this are all Forza Horizon. It's a Forza Horizon 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, there's not a Forza Horizon
coming out. We're in between
out.
years, yeah.
Yeah, so you're betting you're essentially betting on Avowed or Fable or Hellblade to come out and score a 90 or above.
Sorry, did you say exclusive or did you say Xbox game?
It said exclusive.
A first party Xbox console. So this has to be a development studio.
Even a good COD won't count, yeah.
I don't think.
Well, that's a good question.
Be a good COD.
Do they? I mean, Xbox
I don't think many CODs have scored over 90 other than
probably
Modern Warfare.
But let me throw the odds out. Of course, the odds are against them. So it's 4-1 on no, but 6-1 on yes.
Man,
I'll drop my last 80 on yes.
I'd like to say yes. Snap. That's worthwhile. But no, you can't. You have to save some. You have to save your 20s, don't you?
Yeah, that was my.
Let's take a look at this.
I did 3. I did 3 80s. Yeah. So
he's doing three big bets.
Okay. I'm keeping track because I'm doing a whole bunch of mess. So
yeah, I'm too stupid to do that, so I'm going off the template that Caden gave me.
I still don't know if I'm gonna have enough to get to the end, so I don't know how much I really pop it.
Yeah. All right, Steven Mateo, got faith in Xbox?
Man,
I do not. I've got 30 on.
It was clear earlier in the discussion tonight that we don't have faith in Xbox.
I have faith.
Yeah, I've got 30 on no faith.
It's gonna
5
be
seconds
Xbox
ago. I was about to say yes. I'm gonna go 20, just because
20 now, Steven.
Those 3 games that we talked about,
they might not even come out.
Hellblade 2, though, it could. It's got a chance.
Of course, the will of the people is we want Xbox to be good. Competition is healthy. We want Nintendo and Sony to be scared of Xbox and improve the quality of their games. So we'll throw 20 on yes.
Yeah.
Okay, number 10. We're kind of in the publisher block right here. Will Sony release any single-player first-party PlayStation console exclusive games? Remakes or remasters do not count. Since they currently have no games slated that fit this, the odds are against it. So 4-1 on no, 6-1 on yes.
20 on yes.
Thing that's like we're always like expecting like this a holiday Nintendo game sort of thing. It's not like Sony's MO. You know what I mean?
They're not the studio. They haven't been doing that thing where they like announce a game and then it comes out like 6 months later. Really?
No.
I'm gonna let you guys do your bets first.
Wait a minute.
I got a little something in my.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
That Stellar Blade will come out. I reckon.
What will?
That's not being developed by a studio that Sony owns though.
Oh, sorry, first party. I missed that part. Damn. Then no. That's just a 20 on no. It's upsetting that it doesn't feel like they've got much in the pipeline.
Yeah.
Mateo?
What do you think, Mateo?
We got 20 on no. I can't think of anything that is in the pipeline currently, but maybe Jonah has some
little devil inside, baby. I feel like
that's also not a studio that they own.
Oh, well, whatever. I thought it was a Sony exclusive. No, I'm gonna keep it at yes.
First party Sony exclusive. So you're essentially gonna bet on them to like reveal something and release it in like the winter of this year.
Yep.
So okay.
Yep.
Will the people is we want more first party Sony games to come out. So yes, $20. Okay. Bet number 11. Does Dunky know what the hell he is talking about? AKA, will Animal Well receive generally favorable or better critical score on Metacritic?
The hell is Animal Well?
Generally. Exactly. So, recap: Dunky, the famous YouTuber, has started a video game publishing label called Big Mode, and his first big game is an indie developed by one guy that he's picked up called Animal Well that has been showed off repeatedly at like Summer Game Fest and the Game Awards.
We saw it at PAX. We definitely saw it at PAX.
But generally favorable on Metacritic means 75% or better. So this could go either way. 4-1 on yes, 4-1 on no.
Do you know what'd be even better, Mateo, is if I actually played it at PAX and I don't remember.
You might have, honestly.
I was gonna say, Mateo has like the inside scoop. Can you give us a vibe? What are we feeling here?
You can give us a vibe after you make bets, so you have an edge.
we could do that. Which bet is this? Number 11 or 12?
11.
Okay, yeah, I'll hold off my bet then.
All right, well, give us everybody else. Yeah, Jonas Steven.
I
have no idea. It's an indie game, so yeah, people like indie games.
Yeah, I'll say yes. 20 on yes.
All right. Well, the people is for games to be good, especially indie games. Support the indie developers. So yes, 20. And Mateo, what's your insight?
I think I'm doing 60 on yes. Like it seemed like it seemed like it was pretty well loved. It's got kind of like this crazy neon looking like aesthetic to it. I don't know. It's like dark with really bright colors and
yeah, kind of like next generation ASCII art or something. I don't know.
Something like that. It looked interesting. People seem to be digging it. I didn't play it. I thought it was the one that was like the massively multiplayer one where it's like 25 people with different abilities.
Oh, the 33 Immortals? Is that what you were thinking of?
I don't know.
It's the one where you're all animals.
Mm-hmm.
What is that game? Yeah, that looked hilarious. But anyway, okay. So number 12. This bet comes into us from Stephen Beaumont once again. Will Fortnite add One Piece skins? So a little bit of context here.
Yes.
One Piece apparently is extremely notorious for not collaborating with, but it's Fortnite.
Interesting.
You know, because they would have had it by now if they could, but maybe Evoke will give them an offer they can't refuse. So I feel like this could go either way. So it's 4-1 on yes, 4-1 on no.
20 on yes, maybe. Because that's the vote for the people.
Oh yeah, definitely. The people want Fortnite, One Piece.
Thinking about the main cast, everyone except for Frankie doesn't use a gun. And Frankie
it doesn't matter if the
sort of like
uses a gun in Fortnite.
No. But that's what I mean. So I'm thinking
Batman
of the
literally
Nintendo...
doesn't kill people, and you can run around with a shotgun.
I know, but that's it. I'm thinking of like more Nintendo Japanese centric feelings about it. So like maybe Oda doesn't like guns because people who have the guns are usually
he just doesn't want to tarnish those characters or something. Like Nintendo.
So even though I would like it, and I've talked about Jonah with it, I'm for 40 if I can afford it. I have no idea if I can afford it. I have $120. I have $120 left. How many votes left?
You've got 4 votes left, so you still have enough money.
Yeah, I'll just do 20 on no, actually, just to save my money for a good bet.
Okay, so 20 on no. What do you think?
20 on yes. I think it's going to happen. Fortnite swallows up everything.
Air 5, Mateo.
Which way do I go? Is it that way or is it that way?
No, you did it. You did it right. You did it right. God, this is weird.
As someone said in the Discord, nothing is sacred.
Keep in mind that this year, like Epic, like laid off a bunch of people and admitted that they've been losing money on like the Epic Store, and they're like rolling back spending. You know, so I don't know. Anyway, number 13. Will Valve officially announce a new game with the number 3 in the title? It's been confirmed. They do have multiple games in development, but we have no idea what they are, no idea when they're coming out. And, Half-Life Alyx did come out and was very well received. But the odds of this still seem astronomical. So it's 10-1 on yes, 2-1 on no.
No. 20 on no.
Yeah. So it would have to be Team Fortress 2... Portal 2 or Half-Life 2, I think.
What if it was 3? You mean 3? What if it was Threesome Simulator?
That's 3 in the title. Yeah. So they can release like a new IP with 3.
It's just called Threes. It's
3 days later or whatever. All right, what do you think, Steven?
It's a big old no.
Left 4 Dead 3.
They did not make games. Yes, Alyx exists, but they don't make games.
Nah.
So that 20
bucks no.
Okay. Yeah, just a 20 on no.
All right, so will the people to have sequels to some of the most critically acclaimed games of all time. So 20 on yes for me.
Yeah.
What if they do
14
Half-Life 2 Part 3? Does that count?
Yeah,
that counts.
Because that's what people are asking for is Episode 3, isn't it?
Yeah, because they left on a cliffhanger.
What if they do Episode 4? They just skip 3 entirely.
Dude, Star Wars move.
The main character wakes up out of like a coma. What happened?
All right. It's kind of the Nintendo block here. Will the 10th generation Pokemon games be a technical mess, continuing the trend of Sword and Shield and Scarlet and Violet? This bet is void if 10th gen Pokemon games do not release. I do feel like there's a chance, given that, they do have more experience working with the Switch now, but the problem is they never even managed to come close to mastering making a game for the Switch, and now presumably they have to make a game for both the Switch and the Switch 2.
Okay,
so odds are against it.
How does say the Switch 2 comes out, or the Super Switch, say it comes out and it runs phenomenally on that, but it runs like garbage on the Switch, like OG.
Oh yeah, how does that count?
Cyberpunk situation?
Mm-hmm.
I would still rule that as a technical mess, because it sure pissed a lot of people off and was a big problem for Cyberpunk. So.
Then I'm going to say no, it's going to be a technical mess.
Okay. 20?
Yeah.
So what's the actual question again? Because I'm pretty sure it's the opposite way.
So let me go through this. Will the 10th generation Pokemon games be a technical mess?
Oh,
and
sorry, that's supposed to be yes.
Yeah, I gotcha.
I'm a $40 yes.
Say no, because I feel like it's a remake year.
Okay. Well, the really Diamond Shining Pearl were also a technical mess.
No, but you said 10th. You said 10th gen. So
yeah. So that will be void if.
So yeah, if it's a remake, because they just released the DLC, literally just released the DLC before Christmas. It'll be a remake year, and then we'll have one in 2020. I'll say no for 20. What?
Okay.
Because it's only wait.
If it doesn't release this year, then the vote's void, so it doesn't matter.
I think just get yours refunded.
I think that's just a push bet. We're getting our money back on this one.
Yeah, so it's $20 push bet. Cool. So
all right. Well, the people is, of course, they want these games to not be technical mixes and be the beautiful, shining, brilliant
Pearl
diamonds and pearls that we want them to be. So 20 odd yes.
You don't know my kinks.
Wait, 20 on.
You don't know what I want.
You want a dull Pearl? I mean, that's what you got with the Pokemon game.
Let me clarify, Steve. You wanted 20 on no, right? They won't be a technical mess? Just because you're assuming they won't come out?
Because it won't come out, yeah.
Okay. Number 15. Instead of just being a more powerful Switch, will Nintendo's next console have a wacky gimmick? Bet void if the console is not released. 5-1 yes, 5-1 no. Could go either way.
I'm going 50 on. I'm going 50 on no. I think Nintendo is boring now. They don't do weird shit anymore. They're games for boomers, is what they're.
That's what I'm thinking. Historically, the answer would always be yes. There would be a crazy gimmick. So it seems like odds are in favor of that, but it just makes so much sense that it should just be a more powerful Switch with backwards compatibility. It just makes so much sense. But it is Nintendo.
It took them freaking half of the Switch's life to be able to enable Bluetooth functionality. So, because they're like, oh my god, Bluetooth, and then they don't say anything. Look, there's Bluetooth butt plugs out there, ladies and gentlemen. And they just say, look, any accessories, Bluetooth available. Enhance your experience how you want to. Do it your way, Nintendo.
Steven, I'm so glad you said that, because if you listen to the GGD Gaiden episode, their next top 10 is weird accessories for games, and Hunter specifically calls you out on not bringing up sex toys in games.
All right, Steven. Yes or no?
Of course. Yeah, it's Nintendo, man. They even if they do little things, they do something that no one else does. Like,
I think
that 20 for you?
Like this. No one used it.
Completely worthless.
They did it, and they thought about something cool. And then when literally, you could make a camera on a little cardboard car and stuff like that when they finally did Labo. It's like someone finally thought of something, but no one else did. Like, I think there's like a cheap game where you can make it a laser sensor, like as like a trip hazard or something in your house. But it's just like no one used that stuff, but they'll do something. Even if they're like, all right, you've got 10 days of R&D, come up with something stupid. We're going to throw it on there.
I'm going to say yes, and I think
it's a dingle hopper.
I think the weird gimmick is they're going to push more for like cloud gaming stuff.
Maybe,
I don't think that's a weird gimmick.
So I've got $60 left on for this last bet.
Fine, fuck you.
I mean,
I'm gonna
every
say
console
yes,
is cloud gaming. That's not
If
okay.
if Sony is doing it, then it's not kinky, Jonah.
Yeah.
It's just
Okay,
vanilla.
but I need dollar amounts for them.
It's gonna be 20. I only can spend $20.
Okay.
I have $60 left, so spending that last remaining cash.
We have one more bet.
There's
right?
one more bet. Yeah.
Oh, that makes no sense. Why are we doing more than 15 bets?
We're doing 16 bets.
I said all along there's 16 bets.
Why? That's such a dumb number.
Just pay attention. You're a dumb number.
Just like that guy on the on that TikTok where
it's as many good bets.
He wanted to say like he wanted to be misogynist. He's like, I refuse your question. He's like, yeah. Anyway, $40 there. Not yet.
Okay. The will of the people is, of course, we want. Actually, yeah, we want the Switch to just be more powerful Switch, don't we? So the answer will be no. Okay, final bet. The big one. Will Metroid Prime 4 be a day one launch title for Nintendo's next console? Bet void if the launch lineup, at least, is not revealed in 2024. So the console doesn't have to come out, but they have to reveal the launch lineup. Could go either way. $5 to $1 yes, $5 to $1
yes.
no.
Yeah, $20 on yes, please.
40 on no.
I know it feels much more like a no. I know, but I gotta believe.
All right, so this is the final bet. Will the people? It's been 20 all along, so this will be the big bet. 200 on yes. Here we go. The people will win this one. I can feel it. Come on, Retro, don't let us down. Okay, there's a secret bonus bet at the end. This is a write-in. Here's how it works. Indicate a percentage of your total winnings after all the other bets are tallied to receive a 2-to-1 payout if you're correct or to lose if you're wrong. So, for example, if by the end of everything's said and done, you have $1,000 debate dollars and you bet 10%, then if you're correct, you'll get a payout of $200, and if you lose the bet, you'll lose that $100. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Right. So you have, you have the percentage. You have like the ability here to like double your winnings if you're correct. So the bet is,
Caden,
what will the
Oh,
yeah.
I was just gonna say 100% yes.
Okay. Yes is not an option.
Damn it.
Okay.
Damn, he lost all of his winnings.
Yeah. or okay, it's funnier in context. What will the name of Nintendo's next console be? Jonah thinks it's going to be yes. The Nintendo yes. Or do you want me to think about it?
Man, this is the hardest thing because Nintendo are a 50% hitter.
Yeah.
They hit from out of the park 50% of the time.
Yeah. Could be as simple as the Switch 2, but they've never named a console the 2.
But again, the issue with the Wii U, it's the same thing. It's an add-on. It's an expansion pack for the Wii. It's same with even 3DS. They had to price cut in the same year it launched because of how poorly it was received.
Yep.
I'm doing 100% on the Super Switch.
Super Switch.
I've got it.
Yeah.
Because you can't say two. Because it's impossible.
Do the Australian thing. Do the Australian thing. Say it. Say it.
0% on the switcheroo.
Right. I was like, wait a minute, what am I doing? I was just like, oh, the switchy, but it's spelled itchy.
Oh,
the one.
No, I was hoping you'd say switcheroo.
No, I was not thinking switcheroo. No, it's so hard. It's impossible to not embrace that that brand, but it's impossible to. Damn, man, it's so hard.
I got it. I got mine. While you're stewing over there. 99%. It's gonna be called the Switch, and it's spelled SWIITCH.
Oh my god!
Can it please be the Switch U?
We would like to switch. If you lose by like that 1%, that's gonna be hilarious.
Man, it's impossible to know because, like I said,
Bro.
the brand is strong. The brand name of Switch is strong.
What if they bring back 3D and they call it the...
Like, again, mums and dads knew what a Wii was, and I feel like mums and dads know what a Switch is. Man, like,
I just want to hear your son say, "Hey, really Dad, can we go get a switcheroo?"
It's gonna be something dumb like Switch Max or something like that, right?
Yeah,
sounds like a brand of tampon.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I was almost gonna say Ultra. Again, it just sounds like it's just the same thing.
Entertainment Switch, the NES,
the switcheroo.
Come on, Steven.
Man, I 100% don't know. 0% on I don't know.
I'll put a switcheroo though. Here's the question I have for you, Jonah. Since they always amend every name of their consoles with Nintendo, can we assume that you mean Nintendo Super Switch and Mateo's is the Nintendo
No, I think
Switch?
it's the Super Nintendo Switch.
Okay, that's what I was wanting to know because my guess is also Super Nintendo Switch.
That's a good guess, though. I like that.
And it's just the perfect, correct, right, objectively factual, best answer. So, will the people 100% Super Nintendo Switch?
It'd be the SNES. We'd have the SNES and the SNS.
Yeah. Whew. Well, we did it, folks. It's the end of the Predictions Betting Special. We have a year to wait before we find out the results. Congratulations. We made it to the end of the podcast. Pat yourselves on the back. It's time for final thoughts. Jonah, why don't you hit us with some final thoughts?
I am excited for this year of podcasting with you guys. Thank you to our Patreons. Or our patrons, sorry.
People do call them Patreons, so I don't know what's right.
I don't know. Let's have a good year. Next month is GGD's 4th birthday as a community, so let's have a good one, boys.
All right, Steven, final thoughts.
I Bluetooth my Switch to I don't remember what that thing was called.
Shake weight.
Shake weight. Oh,
I can't believe that was a real product, man. Oh my god. Then South Park made fun of it, but it's like, wait, this is real? Is that all for you, Steven?
That's all for me.
All right, Mateo, final thoughts.
What We Do in the Shadows is getting their last season this year, and that makes me sad because man, what a fantastic show! What a good run they've had.
Mm-hmm. All right. My final thoughts are my only hopes and dreams for 2024 is to be able to finish Baldur's Gate 3 before 2025. It's hard out there with a child. But yeah, also just shout out to our community, shout out to you guys. It's been a cool year to see other community members start up the Great Game Debate Guide-In podcast. They just put out their latest episode for top 10 snow and ice levels. Go check it out. Shout out to Jonah for guesting on that one to represent a certain Zelda game.
I was very sick.
Yeah, poor guy. You unlocked a memory of me in like middle school playing Twilight Princess with like a bad cold and eating a bowl of my mom's like homemade chili like in the winter while it was snowing outside in Snow Peak Ruins, and I was like, oh man, that's good shit. But I'll shout out to Mateo for coming on board this year. He's been a valuable addition to the podcast.
It's been a blast, dude. What a good year.
Saving the day, creating those fantastic shorts. What a legend.
Yeah, the shorts, posting on social media, been great. We now have the super professional mechanic of like 2 people recording the stream at once, so we have backup. Thanks, Mateo. So like, that's pretty fucking sick. Oh yeah, we dropped bleeping curse words. We were still doing it on the predictions episode last year, so now we can say the fucks and shits and whatever as much as we want. But yeah, to 2024. Hopefully it's a better year than the last. As always, happy gaming. Bye.
As always, a big thank you to our friend Mist-Riven for the music in our podcast. If you like what you hear and you want to check out more of what they have, you can pay them a visit on Twitter at MISTRIVEN719 or on Bandcamp at Mist-Riven. Thanks again for tuning in. Till next time.